off the perimeter. I can show you what that perimeter is, but I'm going to need you to
challenging.
Okay.
All right, well, my understanding of California law is that we have the right to be out there talking to folks and distributing handbills. So we'll call our attorneys if we need to, but we know we have the right to be here.
Okay.
We're not picketing, we don't have picket signs, we're out here passing leaflets and talking to customers, and we're not blocking ingress, we're not blocking egress.
Well, this lady that was right here was standing in the way right here, so we're asking. So I'm going to give you a copy of this.
We'll make sure that we do not block any customer from coming in. That's not our intention. Our intention is to just have a dialogue with customers about what the conditions are and the retaliation in the stores.
Okay, again though, it's private property, and again we're asking you and your group to leave.
No,
California law gives us the right to talk to customers and handbill in front of the stores.
All right, so if you don't leave, we will get the police involved on this, okay? All right, thank you.
I guess the manager.
He was one of the store managers.
And
They're upset. I guess they want us to leave, but you know, I guess this is public property. We're not in the store. We're not doing nothing wrong. You know, this is one of their tactics they're trying to do.
Walmart, but I didn't buy anything because the way they have it cordoned off, you're like cattle. You only go certain places, and I feel bad for the people. So, no, I'm not going to shop here.
Okay, so it actually had an impact on you seeing the people out here.
Yeah, it did. I mean, everyone's really sad. You can just tell, you know, the people coming out. So.
Would you like to see Walmart change the way they handle their employees?
Absolutely. Everybody deserves a good living, you know. So they should change and at least, you know, try to give them medical insurance at least.
Okay, what's your name?
Telia.
How do you spell it?
T-E-L-I-A.
And your last name?
Jones.
Jones. Thank you so much. I sure appreciate it.
A lot of people shop here because they can't afford. They don't get good wages themselves, so they have to shop here. Is that what happens? And people go to Walmart because they're not getting paid high wages. No problem at all. Is that the case?
Yeah. Well, everybody likes to bargain, but that doesn't mean that it has to be off the backs of other people.
I am an associate card pusher, and I'm a courtesy associate.
How long have you been with them?
I say about a year.
About a year? Okay,
sorry, let me put my
shirt on.
My armor on. But yeah.
So you started your shift and then you walked off?
Yes, ma'am.
What time did you start your shift?
4 p.m.
Okay. So what time were you supposed to be off?
I'm supposed to be off at 1 o'clock.
Did you say you've been here about a year?
Yes, ma'am.
Why are you walking off?
Put an end to retaliation. You know, I'm tired of seeing my brothers and sisters get fired for trying to speak up and make this company what it should be, a great company for everybody, the consumers and the CEOs and the associates.
How are you treated?
Actually, myself personally has gotten better since I've started standing up and speaking out, but I can't just do it off of my own. You know, my brothers are still getting fired. I still hear from my brothers from in Detroit and Chicago that are getting intimidated. You know, and there's still a lot of intimidation that's going on with my fellow associates. So for me, it's getting better, but I see it's getting worse for them. So I'm still in the fight. I'm still consistent with this, and I will not stop until we all come together and sit down at the table and discuss the things that we need to discuss.
Aren't you afraid they could fire you for this?
No, I'm not afraid of getting fired. No, ma'am. You know, I'm more afraid that 10 other people will get fired other than myself for speaking up. I'm afraid that 10, 20 other people will get fired for just doing their job, and they're getting fired wrongfully. You know, just getting terminated and nobody going over the reason why. You know, I don't have any kids. I know sisters and brothers that have kids and they lose their jobs and it's the end of their world. So no, for myself, I'm not scared, but I'm scared for them. That's why I'm still in this fight.
What specifically would you like to see change?
A real open door policy where we really sit down with somebody who can really call the shots, that can make a change, and stand behind that. If they really want us to be an open door, let's make it official open door. Let's make real results come from the open door. Don't just make it a place where you can vent and nothing gets done. Let's get some things done. You know, let's work hand in hand. That's what I want to see. I want to see a better connection between the associate and the CEOs. You know, quit having me go talk to the management if the management doesn't have the power to fix what's going on in my store. Let me come talk to you. Let's sit down over some coffee or something. I'm a hard-working man just like you are. So that's all. I just want the respect issue to be brought to their attention.
Are we talking unionization? I mean,
we're talking respect. It doesn't even have to be a union. If they just, you know, stay real about their open door policy, we wouldn't need a union. If they really took the things that we told them that needed to get fixed and they fixed it, it'd be okay.
Can you give me an example of what you want to see fixed?
Myself personally, like I said, I can only speak from my own personal experience. Like cart machines, I've past couple of months the cart machine's been broke. I've been having to push these carts 10 10 to 15 at a time. You know, and I'm a young man. You know, I work out, but it's still it's wear and tear on my back. I would like to see more materials that we need to get the job done, back braces and shoe support. You know, help us help you. You know, I have to buy my own pants. So if they just, you know, trying to give us the tools that we need to get the job done, that'll make me a very happy customer.
And you went and talked to them and they didn't do anything?
No, ma'am.
And how long has it been going on?
Our fight has been going on for 2 years plus. I just joined the fight for about 8 months. So 8 months I've seen no answer. We're getting more publicity though, but still no answers. People are still getting fired and I'm tired of it.
So are you going to work tomorrow?
Yes. For a portion of the time, but I will be striking again tomorrow.
Any other people walking off today?
Like I said, it's an intimidation factor. People are really scared to speak up because that, you know, people have kids. You know, I understand. So I tell them I'm striking for them. You know, I understand you have kids. I understand you have bills. So if that's what really over your head, you know, work. But I'm gonna do this for you, and I'm gonna strike. I'm gonna make sure I'm there, and I'm gonna keep on doing it. Like I said, I'm not scared of losing my job.
Hey, brother.
Yes, sir.
You think if you look at the grocery workers like Safeway and Lucky's and places like that where they're unionized, they've been taking really bad cuts as well. Wouldn't it be a good idea if, together with you and organize them, like some of them are under contract, to get together and all of you sort of strike together?
Yes, sir. I was at a strike yesterday with Mi Pueblo. You know, it's all.
Oh yeah, Mi Pueblo.
Yeah, I went like myself. Like I said, I only speak from my own personal experiences.
Right.
I do that. I come hand in hand. I try to join with everybody. It's a whole wave of strikers going on around this great country, and I believe, like you said, we need to come together and use the resources we have to make this an impact and try to get these corporations to listen to us.
Yeah, because individually you have no power, right? So,
but the power is in the people. Just like them, individually they have no power. They might have the money, they might have the resources, but they have no power. The power is in the people.
In China also, it would be good to make links with China. The union leaders could do that.
With China?
I'm saying that they also exploit workers in China. Yes. Terrible, even worse.
I've heard personally, but yeah, we need to
What exactly are the conditions?
Talk and connect with each other. You know, globally. We had a union meeting a few months ago in LA. And I met with Walmart workers. Dominic Ware. Sorry, sir. I'm gonna get back to you.
Which union down there?
Actually, they have unions, but you know, I don't really know the name of it. Yeah.
Dominic. D-O-M-I.
N-I-C.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And what exactly?
And how long have you been working here?
For about a year.
A year in this Walmart.
Yes.
Thank you.
And what exactly are the conditions inside for the workers? You say that they discriminate against people, or they threaten people, they intimidate people?
Yeah, it's just like, you know, it's a lot of things like, you know, they'll let you know like, well, you can't strike, it's illegal for you to strike, you will lose your job. And, you know, people are scared of that. And it's also, because when I go in the store wearing this shirt, you know, I get really no love, you know, because I don't know if it's fear or it's just they don't like it. They put a nasty taste in their mouth. So, you know, wearing this shirt, a lot of people don't want to get involved. And people that are involved, they don't want to put it out there that they're involved.
You know, if Walmart's harassing us, they'll retaliate against us either by cutting hours or possibly fire. And there's members that are members of our Walmart who've been fired because they speak out. They're outspoken. Walmart doesn't want us to speak out. They want us to be, you know, subservient, you know. They want us to disobey everything and not question anything. If we see wrong, they want us to look the other way, you know?
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Are you worried, though, that you could, like, have your work hours reduced or fired?
I'm not worried. I hope it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't happen. But Walmart has proved to us that they could do that and they will do that.
Yeah.
But I hope it doesn't happen to me.
Okay. What if it does?
Then I'm out of a job.
Yeah. Is it really worth it though? And
yes, it is. Yeah, because I believe we're called to stand up against, you know, wrong. If you see wrong, you're obligated to stand up against. You know, you're part of the problem or part of the solution. You know, I believe that, and we're trying to make it better. And I know it's not going to happen overnight, but I believe Walmart's going to change because of our hard work and our sacrifice.
But I mean, there's like I was just talking to the group. There's very few Walmart employees. And it's like they say, and this is from Walmart. They just say it's like a very small minority of people that would walk off.
Yeah, because they're scared. Walmart's using scare tactics. They had David Tovar on various news outlets threatening to fire people. They walk off. So obviously they're not going to speak out. But I talk to people in my store, and they're willing to do it, but they're hella scared because they see them retaliate against me.
Yeah.
So you know they're doing whatever they can. You know.
Okay. Got it. Thanks very much.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the conditions? Let's turn it.
Get some lights in here. Yeah.
Why don't you introduce yourself? What's your name?
I beg your pardon?
What's your name?
Raymond Bravo.
And what are the conditions here that have led you to?
I don't work at the store. I work at Richmond Walmart.
And what are the conditions there that?
There's lack of respect. There's not a livable wage. You know. They've been demand.
How much do they pay you?
Well, they start out at $9.45 overnight maintenance associate. They say they're good jobs and they're decent, but how can you be a productive citizen making $8 or $9? You know.
How do you live on that?
It's paycheck to paycheck. You know.
So what do people have to do to survive if they work at a Walmart?
Get public aid. You know.
Do they
rely like on food banks or anything? You know,
do they
donation.
tell people to do that? I mean, that must be.
I haven't heard that, but I heard if they cut our hours, we could should apply for unemployment, partial unemployment. But I believe Walmart could pay more, you know, and they could afford it, and they refuse to. But I'm not here because of low wages. I'm here to end all retaliation against associates who speak out. That's where we're walking off. That's the deal. That's
so human rights, the right to speak out.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
And what have they done to threaten you?
They cut my hours. You know, just try to stack the deck with me.
From what to what?
Like 32 to 24 hours. You know, that's a lot. You know, paycheck to paycheck, just like a lot of Walmart associates.
Was that in retaliation?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I believe it was.
How do you know?
It made perfect sense because I tried to get a assistant manager held accountable for actions, and that was on a Thursday. Saturday morning, I checked my schedule from 32 to 24. So
you think it's going on to other people?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, yes.
You know other people that's
yes, a fellow our Walmart associates who've been fired because they speak out, you know, outspoken. Walmart doesn't like us. Walmart's using whatever. Walmart's doing whatever they can to discredit us and to scare associates. You had David Tovar on, on various news outlets talking about we're getting fired if we walk out. They're gonna fire us, you know. So we got to stand up, you know.
So what do the other employees think about trying to speak for your rights? I mean, are they intimidated?
Some people, they're against it. You know, like some associates are against. Some associates believe you signed up. You know what your wages are. You know, some people take what they give you. You know what I mean? We believe that Walmart can pay us more and treat us better, and they refuse to. So we're fighting.
Well, they make a lot of money.
Oh, definitely, they make a lot. Yeah, yes.
So they can pay you more.
Yes, and they refuse to. But like I said, we're not here because they pay. We're here to. Yeah.
Well, what does it say when, like, workers in this country are afraid to speak out on the job? And what kind of country is it? You think it's democracy?
No, it's not.
So a lot of people seem to be going in what they're they want to get cheap deals because they can't afford. They don't have good wages themselves.
And with the cheap prices come a high price. You know, there's mothers that can't support their kids. You know, living paycheck to paycheck, going without. Their kids going without because these low prices. Walmart says that they want to save the customer money. What are they doing for their employees?
Now, when you had 32 hours of work.
Yeah.
And were you getting health care?
No, I can't afford it. I can't afford it.
What did they say to you?
No, they told me it was going to go up, but I couldn't afford it. So I have to rely on, state aid.
So in other words, the taxpayer is subsidizing.
Yeah, definitely.
The fact that Walmart can't pay decently and take care of your health care. The taxpayer has to pay for that.
Yeah, definitely.
Walmart can't pay for it.
Yes.
Now, when you first started working at Walmart, what did you think of the company?
It was all right. I thought it was cool. But then, in school we watched videos, and I didn't believe it. And then towards the end, I started seeing things. I started seeing the favoritism, and the shady actions of assistant managers and everything.
What kind of shady actions?
Just like favoritism, setting people up to fail. They're setting up, and they don't think it's wrong. But if you fail, you're wrong.
So how do they set people up?
Give them more tasks than the other person, or demand from others what they won't demand from self. They demand you to have have integrity, but and accountability, but don't offer none themselves. And they tell us they hold you to a higher standard.
Because
they know they can, and they know that you can be replaced.
Because you don't have any protection. Would you say that's like kind of slavery?
I wouldn't compare that because we're not bad of a slave, but they're screwing us over, and they know it, and that's where we're standing up. We can't take it no more. They're screwing us over.
Now, do you think this movement is growing?
Yeah, definitely. You see all the various news outlets this week that were supporting us. It's not going to happen overnight because Walmart's the biggest employer in the world. So It's not going to happen overnight, but it's going to happen.
But you're saying this, you have to start someplace.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
You feel that there's a movement for justice and for human rights to right to speak.
And what better day to do it than Black Friday? Their biggest, their biggest day of sales. We gotta let them know we're here.
Walmart, you're no good. Treat your workers like you should. Walmart, you're no good. Treat your workers like you should. Go, 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 go.
Davis. I work at Walmart.
And what's going on here?
Today we're holding a rally informing the community that we're tired and we can't take it anymore. The wages are low and we're demanding respect. We're already winning. The store is empty and it's Black Friday.
And what is it like trying to survive on Walmart wages?
You can't survive. I have to have two jobs, and a lot of people in here are living with family members in order to survive. A lot of them are on assistance, public welfare, whatever the government has to offer. A lot of them have small kids. I'm a grandmother, and I've been in Richmond all my life. So I have 3 grandkids. My son is grown, so I don't have that extra overhead, but I don't have my own car or my own house anymore because I work here.
So a lot of people you're saying who work at Walmart have to work 2 jobs and are relying on tax dollars to survive?
Exactly. Walmart even gives them the applications and tells them how to inform them how to get on the aid to get food stamps and public assistance.
So Walmart doesn't want to pay decent wages, but they're taking time telling you how to get on food stamps.
Exactly.
How does it feel like? I mean, it's crazy.
And they treat us the same, just like they're doing the wages. That's how they treat you in the store too. It's a lot of favoritism going on.
Give me some examples.
The ones that are favored are like right under the manager's nose. They get the better hours. They get 40 hours a week, as opposed to the ones that kind of rise up against them and say, no, I'm not going to take this anymore. Those hours were lowered. They were low, and they had to step down as far as their position. They had to go down to cashiers, and one is now in inventory control upstairs.
So they retaliate against people.
Oh, definitely, yes, always, yes. They do not like us. I just spoke to the manager now, and he just like turned his head. He didn't even smile. And normally we can talk. And he was standing right inside, and he just like shook his head and just. But he was surrounded by a lot of other executives.
So Black Friday is usually a busy day for Walmart.
Yes, very. Not busy at all. I walked downstairs, you could bowl on a couple of those aisles, and there's no check stands open. I mean, no people in the at the registers as far as customers were concerned. Oh gosh, the Seattle workers that live inside the parking lot, and the managers know it, and they just shrug it off and say that's their choice.
Oh, so they're saying it's their fault that they're living.
It's their fault that they're living like this. That's really sad to me.
Living in a parking lot and working in the store?
In their cars, yes.
How long has that been going on?
For over 2 years. This stuff started going downhill like 5 years ago. So I think it must have been a shift in upper management, up in the higher ups, because this couldn't have been going on and the people staying like this forever. But A lot of people just take it because this is their only job, this is their only source, so they just take they take what they can get, and they'll tell you that. They say, I need this job. And I said, okay, well, you can't stand up, I'll stand up for you.
Today. Good. Okay, so first of all, I want to thank everybody for coming out, support them. My name is Mario Hammond. I'm an overnight worker. I'm formerly an overnight worker. I was terminated with a bunch of my crew, so I'm just here, just like you guys, to show support. Thank you. We just, as Walmart employees, associates, we're just tired of retaliation. We're tired of disrespect. We're tired of being treated unfairly. When it's time to speak out, it's time to speak out. So I think they're gonna hear us more than ever now. And I know we affected them where it hurts the most in their pockets. And I'm not gonna give Walmart none of my money on Black Friday. So I just hope you guys do the same and support the cause. And thank you for coming out. Appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Pam. I work at this store, and it's a store 3455. I'm an overnight stocker. I started out as a manager at $11 an hour, and I couldn't make ends meet, so I voluntarily stepped down and went to overnight. And so I work weekends, and then I work a daytime job. I stay here because I can keep my benefits, my medical benefits. There's a lot of retaliation going on in here. They're cutting back hours for the people that speak up to us. We really appreciate you guys coming out and helping us. I'm a long-time, second-generation Richmond person. My father used to be pastor at McLaughlin Temple 20 or 30 years ago. So I've been here all of my life. So and my mother's Gladys, my father was Clarence. And what else?
Well, good morning, everyone. I was certainly not expecting to get up here to speak to this crowd, but you're not here about me. You're not here about you. You're here about those people that are inside, that are working for substandard wages. You are here for the people that have stood up to talk about the working conditions that they are forced to endure day by day and are retaliated against because they stand up. Our standard and quality of living within our environments is up to us. As a community, if we stand strong, they stand strong. So everybody that is out here today, this is only the beginning. We need you to come back again and again and again and again until Walmart stands up and stands right for their community and for all of us. Because if they live better, we live better. CSAP ready!
Bravo just walked off the job. Come on, give him a shout out. Let's hear what he's got to say. Give him a shout out. Yes, we can. There's a lot of room to go.
Hello, my name is Raymond Bravo. I work at store 3455, Richmond, California, the Hilltop Mall, Walmart. Today I go in at 11 p.m., but like all my brothers and sisters around, the United States walking off today, I'm going to do it too. I refuse to work on Black Friday. It's unacceptable. They opened it up at 8 o'clock. Thanksgiving should be a time for your family. You spend time with your family and everything. That's right. And in this country, Thanksgiving is a big holiday. And I wish, the Walmart CEO would recognize that, put the lives of the associates rather than put profit over them, And I appreciate all your support. You guys took your time and everything to come out here. And it's just, I feel hella grateful. Words can't express my gratitude. But here, Walmart, they promise low prices, but what that low price comes, cost. We ain't making anything. And the taxpayers have to foot the bill. You know what I mean? And it's unacceptable. They promise good jobs. They threaten us. We had a assistant manager in this store say if we get 30 Walmart members registered in this store, they're going to shut the store down. Nothing has happened to that manager. And this is acceptable to Walmart's policy because we got David Tovar on Fox News talking about if we walk out, we get fired. They continue to retaliate against us against a company policy. They have a strict no retaliation, policy. And I witnessed it myself. Try to get an assistant manager held accountable. And the next 2 weeks, my associates are getting my fellow associates getting fired. I'm getting my hours cut for trying to keep a manager held accountable. They demand all this accountability, but they don't offer any of themselves. And that's unacceptable. Like I said again, I'm grateful that you guys came out here to support us, and we We're going to draw from your strength. This ain't stopping. This ain't just one Black Friday, you know, one-day event. This is going to continue to happen until Walmart wakes up. You know, they failed to recognize us. They refused to meet us. And I'm going to read the script that I have today. So I'm walking off the job, my shift today. I refuse to work on Black Friday. My name is Raymond Bravo. I'm not working today to protest Walmart's attempts to silence and retaliate against associates who have spoken out about things like Walmart's low take-home pay, unpredictable work schedules, and unaffordable health benefits. I believe in a better Walmart, and that attempted to silence and retaliate against associates who want to make Walmart a better place to work, take the company in the wrong direction. For this reason, I am joining with other associates who are not working to demand an end to Walmart's attempts to silence and retaliation against associates who speak out. And I thank you guys for joining us and supporting us. Because without you, we couldn't do this. Thank you.
My name is Rodney Smith, and from Teamsters 853.
And what brought you here this morning?
What brought me here is the standards, or the failure of the standards that Walmart is applying to the workers, working conditions, the scheduling hours. It's just ridiculous, and it's time for labor to take a stance on this and tell Walmart this will not be accepted. That's why I'm out here to support.
My name is Vivian Hain. I worked at Walmart store in Vallejo, California, 1651. I worked there from 1991 to 93, and as night receiving shipping clerk, we were locked in Walmart the entire night. The managers who had the actual master key would go home, and Bentonville, Arkansas's computers controlled the locking system, which actually locked us in from like 11 p.m. till 7 a.m. So if people got injured, which I did and many others in the store, we couldn't get out to the next morning. We did not have proper safety equipment. We did not have OSHA regulated safety equipment. Walmart does not. Until this day, they still do not use forklifts. We had to lift everything by hand onto risers on high ladders, use pellet jacks, and basically gloves and a conveyor belt, you know, with the little wheels on it to pull stuff off the trailer of the truck. We would empty about 1 or 2 trucks a night, and we would have what they call break boxes, and we'd have to storage them onto the pallets. And we had to do all of this with our backs and our knees and our hands. There were no other alternatives. Like, for instance, if you work at Home Depot, they actually have forklifts, and they have pellet jacks that actually are automated electronically or by hydraulics. We do not have that at Walmart. And to this day, if you go into a 24-hour Walmart and watch the way the night receiving are working, they are still working in the same primitive conditions that I was back in 1993. We also were required to handle a cardboard baler. A cardboard baler is a very dangerous machine that if you're not trained properly to work on that thing, you can seriously get hurt. And you had to tie massive wires to the machine, and it worked on a hydraulic crushing system with cardboard. That too was also a hazard, and there were a couple of people on my shift that actually got injured from operating one of those improperly. Why? Because we weren't trained right. And why? Because there was not a manager on site at night. They would just hire some employee who they thought was good as a department manager to basically run our shift, and that means run the whole night receiving crew. So the safety conditions were not safe. We used box cutters. We would pull those from the shelf. They were not regulated box cutters, and many people, including myself, have cut ourselves open on them, opening boxes. And the thing is that Walmart makes you work at a very fast pace, so like we have to have certain amount of boxes up on that shelf by 7 a.m. So we are going non-stop. Another thing about the store, the temperatures in the store is set to Bentonville, Arkansas's temperatures. So sometimes we were roasting in there, and we could not regulate the temperatures inside the store. So the temperatures were really arid and hot, and we would sweat, we'd be really tired and stuff, and we'd only get 15-minute breaks and a half-an-hour lunch for night receiving. And a lot of people don't know that either, that's how the conditions were in the workplace. In addition to that, we were required to also do janitorial work, and a lot of people don't understand that we're not janitors. We are there to do shipping and receiving exclusively. We were also handling what they call, like I said earlier, break boxes, and in the break boxes you were handling prescription medicines along with bullets in the same break boxes. We'd have to separate ammunition and prescription medicine to put up on the shelves, and a lot of people don't know that either. It was a very strict regimen. They would yell at us, talk to us, get on the intercom. You guys aren't working fast enough. Hurry up. We only have this amount of time. There's a lot of intimidation, and you know, that's pretty much how they did what they did. And the bottom line of it is, we started out at $5 an hour. I worked there for 2 years solid, and by the time I left, I was at $5.50 an hour. That just goes to show you, every year you got a quarter raise. A quarter, not $1.50, not $2, not a salary raise. You got 1 quarter. And I don't know what it's like now, but back then in the early 90s, this was the model of Walmart. Also, they brought in management from other states, mostly southern-based states, who were not aware of the work laws in California. So a lot of times, those work laws were violated, and that's real. That's basically what was happening with the work laws and policies. A lot of times, we would have to come back within 8 hours of our work shift. We would have employee meetings, and even if some of us were there doing what they call zone defense, which is cleaning up the store, putting away like 15 to 20 shopping carts of merchandise, having to put everything up neatly. We did that. Nobody else did that. Us employees, after we cashiered all day, loaded Christmas trees, put up stock, help people take their heavy merchandise to the car with no safety equipment. Basically, the bottom line of that is we had to clean the store, and as long as it took, sometimes 2 a.m., we'd get out of there at 3 a.m., 2 a.m., no joke. And I'd have to be back at 7 in the morning. The manager's like, nope, everybody has to go out at the same time. You can't leave, blah, 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 blah. So it was a lot of that kind of stuff that goes on behind closed doors. People don't see the reality of the standard of work. And there are a lot of people, like myself, live in small communities where the job market is really limited, and you're kind of hard up and desperate for work, and so you stick with it. One more thing. State of California Treasury, they have where there's unpaid wages and, you know, money owed to people. My name came up in the database. Walmart owes me $198 of pay that they never paid me. It's sitting up in Sacramento right now. That just goes to show how insubordinate their practices are, not only just the labor practices themselves, but also their bookkeeping and financing on making sure that their employees, so-called associates, are paid the money that they rightfully worked for. So that's what I got to say. I'm with Labor Black and Brown.
About Cal OSHA, ever enforcement of the rules and regulations by the government?
I never once saw Cal OSHA come in, even though I did call in and report them. I did it twice myself.
What was the response of Cal OSHA to your report?
They said that they would look into the matter, and that was it. That was all they had to say. You know, most government entities are not going to really elaborate, so I didn't expect much out of it. However, I've never once saw Cal OSHA come to the store and actually deal with Walmart. In addition to that, the manager that was there at the time, his name was Rocky, and I don't remember his last name, he got popped for embezzlement a few months after he fudged up my paperwork, lying and saying that I was fired, that Walmart terminated me, but my attorneys had already subpoenaed my files, which showed my resignation letter in it, which had it as part of the exhibit. So the bottom line of it is you have a very corrupt group of people running Walmart with corrupt people in the leadership in Walmart.
So you think it's a criminal company?
I think it's a criminal company on every level. I think what they do is just modern slavery. It's indentured slavery. They pay us garbage money to do garbagey work. The bottom line of it is the standards are very substandard, and they always have been, and their whole thing is we need to keep shrinkage. Their magic word is shrink. We got to keep shrink. We need to keep down the cost because you guys are all part owners of Walmart. That's a lie. When I quit Walmart, I didn't have any kind of shares or any kind of nothing. I was supposed to be a part owner. I set this store up. I actually helped set the store up. They had us physically setting up the shelving and setting up all the physical parts of the Walmart, including the back area where shipping and receiving is. We were also building stuff in there too. So they were getting us to do 6 jobs for $5 an hour. That's the bottom line.
You guys did awesome. Guys, my name's Misty. I'm a former from the store. I was one of the ones terminated shortly after 10/4, I believe it was. What day? shortly after 10-4, we went out on strike for the mistreatment of one of the home office assistant managers out of the Bakersfield store. We got harassed by him on a daily basis, called out of our names, but then got told to go to work. He also made some racial comments towards a few of our associates, one being that he was going to put a rope around one of the African Americans' necks and run over Sumitra in the parking lot. He still has his job, we don't. I inquired about it up there, but what I was told is it's under investigation and they can't give us any further information. So don't shop at Walmart until it's taken care of, please.
My name is Sumitra Lee, and I'm here because I was told, you know, that I would have a job, and I don't have a job at this point. I participated in a peaceful protest like I'm doing today, and I was fired, and I was mistreated. I was told I would be run over if I didn't move out of the way. It's horrible. I'm here because I want respect, not only for myself, but for everybody that walks in and out of these doors as an employee at Walmart. We shouldn't have to be talked to crazy. We shouldn't have to be mistreated or disrespected. And I'm here because I'm fighting for that.
So what was happening with this incident with the hanging noose? What was that about?
We were moving a counter, and one of the associates tied a rope around his waist to try to move the counter because they didn't have the proper equipment for us to move it. And the supervisor came down and he said if it was up to him, he would put the rope around his neck. Yeah.
Are there a lot of injuries here at this Walmart and other Walmarts?
Maybe. I don't really know about that, so I can't really speak on that.
So do you know people get hurt?
I don't know. I can't speak on injuries.
What was your wage here at Walmart?
I don't want to really speak about that. Yeah.
Okay. You feel this is an issue of human rights, the right to speak. What do you think about democracy in this country?
Well, I think that just speaking on Walmart, it's horrible. It's horrible. That's what I can say about that. And that something needs to be done. And we shouldn't be silenced. We shouldn't be threatened for our hours to be cut. We shouldn't be threatened with our jobs taken away because they don't want people to know what's going on. But job or no job, I'm here and people's going to know.
And are you doing this for your children?
Absolutely. I need to take care of them. I need a job. I need to take care of these kids, and that's the only reason why, uncomfortable, disrespected, and everything, I came here every day and worked hard because of my children.
So it's their future.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you. How many kids do you have?
Excuse me?
How many children do you have?
I have 3 children. I have a 10-year-old son and a set of twins that are 6 years old.
Here today.
To help my mom and make more money.
What's I mean, and I'm here today for respect with Walmart's workers, and I'm here for non-discrimination in Walmart's nation.
My name is Tony. I'm here to help the people who work here, or their boss can be more nice to them.
They better, or they'll be in a lot of trouble. But if they don't, they don't. But they'll never forget me.
Firsthand, so she's going to be the one to say it. I was upstairs when it happened, so I don't have it firsthand. Sumitra is already downstairs, so you can talk to her about it.
Is there more incidents of that here? Are there other incidents of that at the station?
Just with threatening to run Sumitra over in the parking lot. When we went on strike the first time in October 4th and came back to work, trying to hand our go back to work letter, he threatened to kill everyone. We challenged him with that. We said, "Are you threatening us?" And he said, "No, what I mean to say is I'd shoot everyone that belonged to a union." And we said that didn't make it any better, but that was a daily thing. Threats came out of his mouth, racist comments came out of his mouth. We got called out of our names on a daily basis. But
how do they call you out?
We were called stupid asses on a daily basis. We were no good team. He couldn't wait to get the hell out of Richmond because he didn't like Richmond. Well, we didn't like him, so
So there was no real respect for the workers here?
No, not from the remodel team, no. And as far as the management that's still here, they heard it on a daily basis and still didn't do anything about it.
What's your name?
Misty Tanner.
How long did you work at Walmart?
in this location 4 years, in the Seattle market for 5 years.
You had the similar experiences at other locations?
Yes, very much so. Down here it's a little harder, but Seattle, I mean, the disrespect is going on nationwide.
Do you think this action today is going to advance things, make things better for people?
We're hoping so, because it's not just this location. These strikes are going on nationwide right now, from coast to coast. I mean, Dallas had walk out. Pico Rivera had 80 people walk out of their store. So it's going to impact Walmart, and they're going to have to wake up and realize that we're not going anywhere, that they need to start respecting the associates.
I think it's extremely important for workers to support this. We actually subsidize Walmart with tax dollars tremendously, and their workers don't earn a living wage.
So what do you mean that we subsidize? How specifically does the taxpayer subsidize Walmart?
I believe, I'm not sure what the percentages are, but I believe more than 50% of their employees receive some type of public assistance just to survive.
So the taxpayers are paying for what should be
assistance. We're talking about reducing, constantly hear about reducing Social Security, about cutting Medicare, and then you have the largest employer here, a good chunk of their employees working, many of them full-time, need subsistence to survive. Food stamps, Medicare for their children. There's something absolutely wrong with that. Absolutely wrong.
Is that stealing from the taxpayer?
In my opinion, yes, absolutely. It's stealing corporate welfare. I keep hearing how people are against welfare. Look at how much money is being spent on corporate welfare. Prime example. The amount of wealth that they create goes to a very select few people. The people that create that wealth, labor creates wealth. In my opinion, that's how I see it. And I think if people educated themselves and knew what was going on, you'd have more people out here.
Now, Walmart also tries to avoid unions, builds non-union when they can. I mean, is that a threat to working people in this country?
I think anyone that's anti-union is a threat to the working people in the country. I know people that tell me unions have seen their day. We don't need unions anymore. We have laws that protect workers.
We're going to occupy, we're going to shut it down.